Hello students, in this session, let us have a discussion on engineering ethics. The engineering ethics can be defined in different ways. So it is also defined as a study of moral rules and ideals in the engineering profession. So it is considered as one of the important best practices as like in physics, medicine, law. So it is equally important in the engineering profession. So when there's ethical issues, engineers have the better understanding about what to do and what are the limitations in their professions. So for this only, for getting the awareness, the engineers are given the course, the engineering ethics, and in many universities incorporated in their curriculum, the engineering ethics one of the subjects in the second or third year. So it reflects the course reflect the some habits, uh, moral values, customs in the engineering profession to be followed by any engineers. So the objective of the moral engineering ethics is the to study of the characteristics of the morals. Second, the again the meaning of the engineering ethics. It also involves the study of moral issues and decision confronting the individuals or and the organization engaged in engineering field. Here, the engineering ethics apply not only to the activities of the engineering, but also to the enterprises, scientists, medicine, technicians, and governmental non-profit organizations, and also the technical sales team. So it includes everything. So in the scope is very not limited, confined to a particular engineering activity. So as said, it also covers the every engineer should also have the focus attention on public safety and environmental awareness and fairness in their activity behavior, and also bribe, and also obedience of the superior. So all this covers in the scope of the engineering. Next, what are the different meanings of the engineering ethics? So it is can be described by comparing the ethics and the engineering ethics. As we know, the ethics concern with the proper investigation and the knowing about the moral values to justify the moral issues and give a solution. But the engineering ethics, it's specifically concerned with the engineering activity. It also aims to know the moral values related to the engineering issues and also solution to the engineering problem. Second, the ethics also used to contrast the moral questions from the non-moral problems. And similarly, engineering ethics also give you the overall view of the moral problems and how to get rid of the moral problems by facing the moral issues. Because the engineering ethics course encourages all the engineers to face the moral values proudly and boldly and to have the solution and a proper solution to the issues. And third, the ethics is also a means of describing the beliefs, attitudes, habits related to the individual or the society people. Because the beliefs can be described in every rituals ethics. That is for Hindus, the Gita, and similarly for other community, Bible or Quran. Similarly, for engineering ethics, the codes describe the various codes and which describe the various guidelines to be followed by engineers. So the engineering course, the ethics course gives the complete comprehension view of the course to be followed by the engineers. And as per the definition of the literal meaning, moral principle is about the action and the principles of conduct of the people. And engineering it is also concerned with the discovering the moral principles. So it includes the obedience, obligations, and what are the rights to the engineers and how to behave with their superiors to attain a proper solutions. So these are the some different meanings of the engineering ethics compared with the ethics. Then the morality. So as we know, the morality uh, here plays a vital role in the engineering ethics. So the morality normally just refer to the what are standards and the principles which help to guide us in guide individual or the group of people to determine what had to do or what ought not to do or what is right or what is bad. So to have that to come to a conclusion. So if the engineering action is said to be morally right, that should have some moral reasons in support. So there should exist some moral reasons. So the moral reasons also include the respecting the colleagues, superiors, and also unavoiding the unnecessary conflict with others, and be honest and encouraging in the working nature. So these are some moral reasons which are always support in the moral action to be morally good. So if an engineering action decision is not to be a good one, it has to meet all the specifications. So the specification may be technical and non-specific, more specification as a safety of the product, reliability, etc. Then the moral issues varieties. So every engineer in his profession has to face some moral issues. So upon completing the engineering ethics course, all the engineers have the awareness about the moral issues both in the past happen in the past history. So let us quote many example. Chernobyl accident. There is a nuclear power plant accident in the Russia and gas leak in the chemical plant in Bhopal, India. So similarly, the pollution, it is the natural disaster like flood, earthquake, and also oil spill. So these are some moral issues occurred in various parts of the world. So engineers should be aware of the issues. So then only can be aware of his present action and the project. So the malfunction of the system is a rapid one. The disaster will be of the greater order. So it can be noticed immediately. Next, what are the approaches to the engineering ethics? So there are commonly the two approaches applied to the ethics, engineering ethics. One is the microethics and second is the macroethics. So the microethics deals with some typical and common problems which plays a important role in the field of engineering or in the profession of engineering. So it includes all the day-to-day daily problems. But in macroethics, it deals with the societal problems which are unknown and there's a possibility of bursting out suddenly. So these are the micro and macro ethics. So every engineer should pay equal attention to the both approaches, and they have to be face the issues with applying of the micro and macro ethics professionally and personally. And second, and what are the sources of the moral problems in the engineering professions? So in engineering, a product may have crossed various levels of the steps, such as from the concept of the designer mind to the design testing, and also after the testing, assembling, and also service. So it not only deals with the mechanical, It also includes various branches, electronics, chemical, civil. So the team of engineers should work in a group of team unanimously. So there should some uniformity exist in the team. So even though every engineer in the team have the full attention in bringing the product defect free, accidentally some error may occur. So the reasons may be of variety. So the product may be manufactured for the obsolescence, that is the intended to last for a fewer periods only, or some engineers may be pressurized to utilize the defective product, or it may be of the urgency in the delivery schedule, or sometimes it may be by ignorance. Whatever may be the situations, the error should not occur. Ethical issues can be covered. So here some cases to have the moral issues for an engineer. For example, if an engineer finds a part to be defective, so as per the moral values, he does not want to put into use for the assembly, but his superior orders him to do the assembly process as usual, and he does not mind it seriously. So the inspector, that is engineer, is pressurized to use the product by the supervisor. And second example, for example, if a firm wants to start a nuclear power plant in an area, so the licensing authority at some time visits the company and wants to meet the company officials. So they inquire everything and what are the safety measures taken when accident occurs. So the company authorities inform that there are some alarms set up in the various locations of the plant to give the awareness when the threatening or danger occurs. And also some local hospitals are informed if the accident occurs to the employees. But they said there is no arrangement for the people who are surrounded by the locality, that is surrounding the company. So the licensing authority may raise here moral issues for the surrounding people, because the surrounding people also should be considered, because any accident also may affect the surrounding people, not only to the employees. Then the inquiry. Normally, the inquiry means investigations. So the engineering ethics also three types of inquiries: normative, conceptual, and factual inquiries. So the normative inquiries, which are used to identify the moral values, which are used to guide the individual engineer or group of engineers to come to a conclusion or to take the decisions. So these are meant to identify some standards and norms to be followed to come to a conclusions. So the common investigation may comprise of some questions. How does an obligation of engineers protect the safety of the public in a particular situation? And when should an engineer have to alarm their employers on dangerous products? What are the laws and organizational procedures that affect the engineering protection issues? These are some examples of the normative inquiries. Then from this inquiry, the more normative inquiries also cover the theory of goals of justifying moral judgment. Next is the conceptual inquiries. So upon completing the engineering ethics course, the engineers may be aware of the various codes of ethics and what are the guidelines and the principles to be followed whenever the moral issues occurs. So the conceptual inquiries leads to identify what are the concepts, principles, and issues related to the engineering ethics, and which section cover the particular issues and how to deal and how to the solutions. So there are some examples of the inquiry, that is the questions related to the conceptual inquiry. What is safety and how it is related to the risk? What does it mean when codes of ethics say engineers should protect the safety, health, and welfare of the public? And another implication is what is a bribe? Because the bribe is involved in all majority of the engineering profession, like in other departments. So the engineers also has to face some critical situation about the bribe. Third is the factual inquiries. So these inquiries just provide the truth or facts for understanding the solution to the various moral issues. So this can be obtained by conducting the various factual inquiries, because upon knowing the facts only, and the engineer has come to the conclusion. So the information about this, the facts provide the understanding and what background conditions which are moral, which create the moral problems. So here the three inquiries are interrelated, not separate one. So the inquiries said to be complementary and interrelated to each other. So, for example, if an engineering is activity finds a defective part, so in his and informed to the superior may be um, suppressed to do that. So, he would make the analysis and the investigation, and also he has to prepare a statement. Then only the engineer's views can be redressed. Otherwise, it may be neglected by his superior. So, in this session, we have had a discussion about the engineering ethics.